This video is a little bit of a change of pace. I'm going to choose to give a shout out, happy birthday to my daughter that's born on Halloween, and to my wife that's born on All Souls Day, November 2nd. And in between is All Saints Day. So I thought I would take a quick look at uh, the difference in the meanings of Halloween versus All Saints versus All Souls. Um, Commonly, it would be easy to look to Revelation 19:8 for a definition of what a saint is meant to be, and then discern uh, soul being that which has life inherently as created being, as compared to uh, life in your spirit by way of Christ, and what that means to being a saint in judgment. I've pulled up Wikipedia on the subject of Halloween, and before I look deep into it, or deeper, I preface the study with a God created October 31st. There's nothing about Halloween that belongs to Satan. Um, God rules the day and the night, and greater is He that is in me than he that is in any satanic understanding to Halloween. Um, I reject it 100%, and you can't convince me otherwise. And the other thing I'd like to preface with is uh, be careful who you ask, because if you ask the wrong person, you might get the wrong answer. And I say that this is somewhat of a study of uh, Celtic history. Um, and I reject the fact that Celts were 100% um, uh, worshipped idols, and 100% were satanic. Absolutely not. Don't believe it. So you're getting a biased presentation of what is a more accurate need for Celt clarification, that Celt wasn't satanic. Of course, I couldn't say that unless I had reasonable reason to think that, but I'm going to move on. The The Hallowtide is a 3-day celebration of Halloween, All Saints Day, and All Souls Day, as a 3-day celebration. The general concept is, as the 3-day celebration, part of it is a celebration of the harvest that is essentially, for lack of a better way to say it, is a Celtic Thanksgiving. How to give thanks for that which you reaped in your harvest. And in fact, this word over here goes haywire if you seek it to go haywire. But really, the pronunciation is peculiar as compared to the English spelling, but really it's pronunciation of sow in. A different pronouncer pronounced it sow in, And of course, the difference between sao and so becomes rather unique. But I could suggest that if you want to put a holy interpretation to sow in, I suggest that the whole the whole concept of All Saints Day can go 100% to Christ's judgment as he called you to the marriage of the Lamb, and you're answering that calling, seeking to be one with him and seeking to be judged as a saint, but submitting to his judgment and that's seeking to sow that which is rightly in you, which is Christ. Christ in you, sow that into yourself, into your spirit. And of course, there's 100% different ways to define this into satanic or mystical worship or any other pagan root meaning, but since I'm defining it, I say God's in charge, and that's a way to understand that word. Not that there aren't alternatives, and again, depending on who you ask, you get different answers. Just as peculiarly in the Reformation, as Protestants would be, you could ask some of the major founders of denominations what they thought of the Pope, and all too many were suggesting that he is the Antichrist. So that's an example of be careful who you ask, because you might get a goofy answer. Again, this is written almost exclusively by a bias of Seltzer or somebody to be afraid of. And something I failed to point out as clearly as I coulda, shoulda, is Halloween is a special, especially dedicated to remembering the dead, including the saints, martyrs, and faithful departed. That's not praying them out of purgatory. That's not anything other than remembering them in remembrance of those that have passed before you. And that's not sacrilegious. I could give an example of such as when my father passed away, it was emotionally so painful to me at age 12 years old that I couldn't stand to even think of it. Put it out of my mind until it quit hurting so much, and in doing so, I not only did he pass away, but I let him die off in my heart. Substance of my love, because remembering him is a part of what holds substance to that which he gave, which was a meaningful love, meaningful godly strength. In letting him die inside, I later found a need to have revival, and part of my revival became bringing the love that he gave and the substance that he gave back to life again in me.